This question, question number 2 from Blanchard, chapter 4. Question is, suppose that a person's yearly income is given 60,000, and suppose that her money demand function is given by this equation. What is her demand for money when interest rate is 5%, 10%? It's quite simple. This is done here. Equation, demand for money is given. Interest rate 10%, 5%, and y is also given. So let me assume that if interest rate is 10%, in that case your demand for money is 15, and when interest rate is 5, your demand for money is 18,000, which is obvious also that when the rate of interest decline from 10 to 5, demand for money increases. It means there is a inverse relation between demand for money and interest rate. It means when interest rate decline, demand for money rises. Next question, describe the effect of interest rate on money demand. That I explained, that inverse relation between these two. Suppose that the interest rate is 10%. In percentage term, what happens to her demand for money if her yearly income is reduced to 50? That again you can calculate. I have done it here. Now yearly income is reduced from 60k to 60k to 30k. So in that case, demand for money is 7,500. Now if you recall, at 10% rate of interest, your demand was this 15,000, and here it becomes 7,500. So demand for money reduced by 50% according to this question. Therefore you can say proportionate decline in demand for money. It means if income reduced by 50%, demand for money also reduces by 50%, and vice versa is also true, that if income get double, demand for money will also be double. Then same thing, calculate if rate of interest is 5%, what happens to demand for money if income is reduced by 50%. So in this case again you can calculate, very simple. Here income rate of interest is 5% and income is half, so demand is 9,000. Now if you compare it with this, here it was 18. So you see, when income reduced to half, demand for money also reduced to half. So on the basis of that, they basically we can conclude these 2 pointer, that if income get double, demand for money also get double, and further if income is reduced to half, demand for money also be reduced to half. And in the case of interest rate, this relation is inverse, that if rate of interest get double, demand for money will be reduced, and so on, which is basically shown in this diagram, which is very typical diagram. Okay, thank you.